Hi everyone, I'm Ｄaنa Hokana. We're having a lot of fun riding today. I'm on Riminic and Poco, our really cool reiner, now ranch rider. And Sydney is on her new horse. He's got it going on. And we're really refining body control with Sydney. And I've been finding that as I've asked her to move his hip to the inside, he didn't really have the flexibility to move the hip and walk straight up without wanting to drop his shoulder in. Sydney was struggling with how to use her hands, so I thought, I'm going to get on Remy and just show you this. And then I was thinking, this is the greatest exercise all of you can benefit by. It's such a good exercise. So basically what I want to do, let's talk about it. It's one thing to push a hip over, right? To get our hip over off our leg, okay? It's one thing to get a hip over off a leg, right? And I can take his hip either way and move it over. It's another thing to isolate that hip and get the hip to move over and the front end to stay straight and walk straight forward, which I'm doing this cold because Remy may or may not do that like he's supposed to. And you could imagine the flexibility needed in his back, right? Think about it. What would his back need to do to hinge and allow his hip to slide back and forth, right? And his front end to stay straight. But once you capture one body part, the next step is, listen carefully, 3 steps. Once you capture the body part, then you have to capture forward motion or motion with that body part. Thirdly, then you capture owning your ground space. So this guy to the left wanted to lean out a little toward that rail, and she had to capture that ground space with her hands. But the most fabulous exercise to where you can do leg yields, 2 tracks, anything you want to do, all starts with capture and isolate one body part, the hindquarter. Then capture that with forward motion, which sometimes that's the hardest thing. Then capture that with your hand position, owning your ground space or not allowing the lean. Right? So let me give it a whirl and show you what I mean. So I'm going to come up and I'm going to head straight toward the camera. And I'm going to pick up the jog and get up here to my spot. And notice how I will open and close doors with my hands. So as I open and close doors, look at my flexibility. Okay, I'm going to come and I'm going to capture him. And I'm going to ask his hip over this way, but his body's shoulders straight. Good boy. Now I'm going to switch it. Oh, got a little close into that camera. But now I'm going to switch it and bring his hip over here. Now notice how open I might be and flexible, right, with my hands. So I'm going to circle back and try it again. So I'm going to come, I'm going to ask off my left leg. 1, 2, 1, 2. He's fighting me. He wants to lean that right shoulder. Rhythm, rhythm. Now I'm going to switch it. 1, 2, 1, 2. Good boy. And that was a pretty transition from him off my left leg with his hip to the right. Did you see that, Sid? Did you see how handy I had to be with my hands? Because I not only have to capture him, right? I have to control his motion and his flight of where he's going. So now I'm going to start off this way, move off my right leg. 1, 2, 1, 2. Good boy. That's easy for him. Switch to this side. Good boy, good boy, good boy. Any broke horse should have that much flexibility. Any finished broke horse. Now I can take him and turn that into a leg yield. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I can push his hip over at the trot. Notice how I change my hand position, just controlling the shoulders. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I can then do a leg yield this way. Oh my gosh, it's like a dance. You guys, it's so worth the effort to get your horse solid enough. And now he always has more trouble off my left leg to the right. And you know what? I have the same struggle. Loping, lead changing, in his spins. So the more I get him flexible, and it's important that I keep motion going, but you notice how I'm opening a door with my hands. Good boy. Good boy. So I allowed him to move over on his track. Now I'm going to ask him to stay straight on his track and just isolate the hindquarters one way than another. See, there's a lot of exercises here that we can apply. Hip over, shoulders straight, ride, 1, 2. Now switch, transition, other side, hip over, shoulders straight. Can't run into the camera. Good boy. So what I wanted to show you was all the ranges of motion my own hands made, all the control I have. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I could do any Western dressage course with him if I wanted, but I can also have more reach, more motion, more lightness on his feet for any event I would do. Remy helps me because I have hours in the saddle teaching him all this. And I haven't ridden this horse in a while, but I can take his body anywhere I want. Whoa. Good boy. Thank you, Remy. Hi, I'm Ｄaنa Hokana. Knowledge correctly applied is powerful and can transform you and your horse. Team Hokana Video Club gives you the knowledge and shows you how to apply it. Over 200 online training videos to help you in your daily workout with your horse, and new ones being released monthly. My goal is to help you transform your riding and your horse's performance. Join our team today. Go to Hokana.com. For 10 years, I've used the TR3 Classic drag to keep my performance horses at their peak. And now I'm so excited to say that we now have that TR3 E-Series. There just isn't anything better than that TR3 Arena drag to help make my performance and my program complete. So no matter the size of your program, good footing should matter to you. So contact ABI today and get your Arena drag.